Good afternoon, everybody. This is Kyle from Grim and Prepper. First off, before I get into today's video, I just want to thank all of my subscribers because we have reached 105 subscribers at this point, and I just cannot thank you guys enough. I never thought in all my years that I would reach this milestone, and I thank you guys tremendously. You guys are what have kept me going all this time. So I just wanted to thank you again. I know I say it every video, but I want to thank you guys again. So getting into today's video, I'm going to be doing a review on my Vanquest VPacker MOBIUS 2. This is the Generation 2, as well as showing you what I carry every day. So it's a review of the bag and of what I carry. So let me turn this camera around and we'll get started. Okay guys, so this is the Vanquest MOBIUS 2. This is the Generation 2. This is one of my absolute most favorite bags I've ever used. I've been using this for a little bit, and I am absolutely loving this. So let me go through, before we get into the bag, it's what I got in the bag. Let me go over what's on the outside here. Okay, this is their multicam, which I kind of like because it doesn't look all that tactical, but it is still camo. And it's got the Moly Air webbing, the laser cut Moly webbing, good patch panel. On both sides it has a zip down deal where you can pull this out and you can put a water bottle in here, and then you just zip it closed, and that's what this is. Make sure my hand's out of the way. That's what this is for. This is to attach to the top of the water bottle and keep it from going anywhere. And of course on both sides it has a pouch with Moly webbing on the outside, and then on the back here it has a pouch for concealed carry right here, and I'm not sure entirely what this strap is for. I still haven't figured that out yet, but it's got a nice mesh back so it stays cool, and it's also got this Velcro tab here, which I think that's to attach the shoulder strap when you're not using it. I think so. It's got a excellent shoulder strap, also very well padded, and then it's got on both sides it has this type of a buckle release to where you had to pull this apart and then pull this apart in order to take it off. And this also, with safety in mind, you cannot release this buckle. You have to push it, both these and this, in at the same time, and it locks it in place. So that, for my mind, is a win. That works perfectly. It's also got a nice grab handle, and it's got on the front here, it's also got a another patch panel, a big buckle here, and of course, let's see, I don't know if you can see that. I thought I had a, never mind. And then it's just the strap here goes along the bottom. Now, one of the cons that I've found, a couple of the cons that I've found with this bag, and it's not really the fault of Vanquest or anything, but I've noticed that no matter how I pack this, some reason it doesn't set flat. It always tends to roll forward. I'm not sure why. I don't have hardly anything in the front, and yet it still rolls forward. I don't know why. And also these zipper things, they don't stay together, and I'm not sure why. But let's go into the interior of this bag. Okay, first off, in the front here, you've got just a small, simple little pouch here. I don't keep anything in there. And then in here, it's got a felt lined pouch for your sunglasses, which I use all the time. It works great, as well as it's orange lined, so you're not going to lose whatever you put in here. Now, before I go into the side pockets, I've got my 2 morale patches on here, and this looks like a normal American flag, but it's actually a survival kit in and of itself. Lock picks, fire starter, Kevlar saw, all kinds of gear. I won't go into it because that's kind of a secret thing. But if you look on Black Scout Survival, his Special Forces patch video, then you know what I mean. In this first side pocket, I don't really have much of anything, but you can see in there you've got orange in here, so you don't lose what you've got. You got a pouch here, as well as a pouch on this side, and all I keep in here is my simple Coleman headlamp. This one I have been using for going on at least 10 years now, if not longer. I'd say closer to 20, to be honest with you. It's been that long, and it's still going. All I have to do is change the batteries. Moving into this side pouch, I have my cell phone charger, which I usually would keep it in the organizer, but I use it so often I just throw it in here. And then of course I keep my headphones, and of course my MP3 player, because that's kind of the world to me. Of course I also keep my anchor in here, and my plug for my MP3 player, as well as my cables for both the MP3 player and the anchor battery too. And as you can see, it's got the same, there we go. It's got the same orange lining. Now, moving into this first pouch, you've got a pouch here with Velcro, and of course I don't keep anything in there, but it's a good little Velcro pouch to just stash stuff in it. Then of course you got this, which lays pretty much all the way open. Even if you're standing up, you can easily lay it open. And of course I keep in here my Leatherman rebar. Always have that on me, even if it's not always on my belt, it's always on me. And then of course I got 2 packages of Tender Quicks, which are great fire starter. Then of course I've got 2 pins in here. This is the Fisher space pin, as well as this bullet pen from Hollow Point Designs, which this thing is actually awesome. Made from 5.56 AR-15 rounds, which I think is awesome. Then of course, attached to the lanyard, I have nail clippers, which you'd be surprised how often you use that. And then of course in here I've got a cotton bandana. I don't really need to go into that. We all know what that's for. Of course I also keep in here 2 Write in the Rain notebooks. Always good to have a spare. Okie dokie. Now, moving into the main compartment, it has, I'm not sure what you want to call this, but in hiking backpacks they call this a collar or spindrift collar. But it's just a cinch thing and you just pull it up. And actually, before I get into that, this, however, right here, this will attach to here so you don't have that flap all the way open, which I think is a neat feature of this. Now, getting into the inside, it's pretty plain and simple. In here I just have my updated med kit, which I'll show you in a minute. And then I don't know how well you can see in there, but you see that there's a Velcro in there and orange lined pouch, and it's the same on the other side. And what this is for is for your concealed carry. You can easily attach it there, or you can attach it in that other pocket I was talking about. So again, multiple ways of having a concealed carry. So let me put this aside and I'll show you the med kit. Okay, so this is the Vanquest Generation 2. I believe this is either the 5x8 or the 7x10. I can't remember exactly. But it's also got the laser cut molly. Of course, I got my no known drug allergy, my med pouch, and the cool part about this is it's got this red Velcro here so you can easily identify it as a med kit. So you just, anybody knows these, you just rip this down and then you just pull it apart and it opens up into this. And this is what I have in my kit. I have in the long section I have a just regular ace bandage, an H&H bandage. Into here I just have rolled gauze, medical gloves on both ends there. I've got my cat tourniquet, and of course a marker for marking the time, and then a Israeli bandage, shears, and then something, and then of course I've got a military bandage, as well as something new that I've added, which is, this is a halo seal with a vent, and of course I've got hemostat gauze pads, all that stuff. And the reason that I chose a halo seal with a vent is so I don't have to use a pneumothorax right away, because I don't know how to use one yet. And of course I got triple antibiotic ointment, and then of course band-aids in this side. And so that's basically the med kit. And the reason that I've chosen such a more of a gunshot kind of trauma kit is because, of course, the current environment in which we live in. So let me turn this camera around and we'll finish up this video. Okay guys, so that's my review of the Vanquest VPacker MOBIUS 2. Like I said, it's my everyday carry now, everyday bag, and would I recommend it? Most definitely. It is, it's very cost effective. I mean, it's not a whole lot of money, but it's well worth it. It is, for what little money it costs, it's well worth it. It's a very durable and very well made bag. Like I said, those two cons really are inconsequential. It's a very great bag. So I want to thank you guys again so much for subscribing and being a part of this. And be sure to check all the links in the description box below for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. I want to thank you guys again, and catch you on the flip side.